breathe in, swim in the cosmic vibration of everything around you. Find stillness in it and listen. Welcome to beautiful Mexico. We are here today at the Palmaia Wellness Resort with a morning yoga practice that will re-energize and wake up your entire body. Whether you're doing this to start the day or even after a long day at the office, this practice will give you the opportunity to release tension and stiffness out of your body, improve mobility in your spine, and boost your entire system, leaving you feeling refreshed, open, and peaceful. So if you're ready to get started, all you need is your mat and yourself. Let's get to it. Today's practice was shot and created on the beautiful grounds of Palmaia, the House of Aya in Mexico. We are grateful to have been able to experience the full energy of this tropical sanctuary. Check them out in the description of this video. With that said, let's get ready to practice. Grab your mat and let's begin. Thank you so much for joining me for this morning wake-up yoga practice. Let's begin today by coming over towards the center of our mat. You're going to sit with your cross-legged position. You can feel free to decide which foot in front. Sit bones are grounded, hands rested on the knees. Let's begin by taking a deep breath and slightly arching that upper back. And then exhale, bring the chin to the chest as you round the spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round and bring that chin to the chest. Inhale, just slight pelvic tilt as you look up, arch to the upper back. Exhale, let it go. Just starting with this gentle movement to wake up the neck, the upper back, the hips. Really focusing on that connection with the breath. On your next inhale, reaching both of your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, releasing into your side stretch. One hand down, both of your sit bones continuing to stay grounded on the mat. Look up to the sky. And begin to bring your inhalation into that side body. Breathing into the intercostal muscles, the muscles in between your ribs, creating space in the side body. Great, and then slowly from here, let's go ahead and just bring the body forward and around to the other side. Other hand comes down, other arm reaches towards the side. And do your best to try and look up, which will help your shoulders stay square because the one thing you want to avoid is allowing that top shoulder to fall forward. So really open through the body. Opening here, breathing into that side. Welcoming space. Welcoming oxygen into that body. One more inhale. Exhale, come forward. Slow and gentle. And then bring yourself back up. Let's take one deep breath in. And then exhale, let's make your way over to hands and knees position. We're going to start to bring some movement and fluidity into the spine and the hips. Start to bring your body weight to the right and then the left in a circular motion. Bring your body forward and then slightly back. Good. Making this movement as small or as big as you like. Getting into the shoulders, a little bit into the hips, and then release and switch to the other direction. Again, feel free to have fun with this. You can involve your neck a little bit, maybe lift your feet, or make this small and gentle. Awesome, and then coming back to center and just taking a regular cat-cow, arching the back. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, light arch of the spine. Exhale, tuck that chin to the chest, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. So welcoming fresh blood flow into the spinal cord. Inhale, arch. Now tuck your toes underneath. We're going to come into bear stance. Simply lift your knees and let them hover above the ground. This is where we kick in the core now. You're going to pull that navel into the spine and start to engage through that center. Shoulders above your wrists. From here, simply lift your hips, but keep the knees bent, coming into a downward dog variation with the knees bent. Inhale, hover the knees forward, and then push back with the upper body. Inhale, back to bear. Exhale, lift your hips back up. So your knees are going to stay bent in the same direction here. Just work with the hips, and then once you're ready, you can extend the knees into downward facing dog. Let's take our time here in our downward dog, walking out your dog in one spot, bending one knee at a time, pressing the opposite heel closer to the mat. So you're getting into the calf muscles, the hamstrings. Feel free to add as much movement as you want here. This is your practice, remember. Once you feel good, find a stillness in your downward dog and just breathe. And then slowly transition into plank. Drop down to your knees, drop your chest and your chin, and then slide your body forward over to your belly. Let's make a tent with both hands, pressing the fingertips as you lift your upper body up and down for 1. Inhale, press and lift the upper body. Exhale, release for 2. So warming up through the mid-spine, the upper spine, and release. Inhale, up, release the neck. Exhale down, taking your hands now, placing right next to you, and then lifting up into a full upward facing dog. See if you can lift your thighs off the mat, and then exhale, round back into child's pose, releasing your forehead. We're going to roll forward, lift the thighs and knees off the ground, upward dog, bend the knees, and release back into your child's pose. One more time, upward facing dog. This time tuck your back toes and push back into downward facing dog. Coming into stillness or some movement if you wish. Take a deep breath in here in your downward dog. Exhale, let it go. And then slowly walk your feet now to the front of your mat. You can keep your feet about hip width apart. Bend your knees, grab the opposite elbows, and begin to take the ragdoll position, which is more of a movement side to side, allowing your head to be super loose and feeling this really nice decompression in the neck as well. Good, just rock side to side. Make this movement whatever you need. And then once you're done, landing in the center and slowly rolling yourself up to standing. Nice and slow. Coming into your mountain pose. And then as the arms reach up, just bring your feet together. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to take our Surya namaskar A. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of your mat. Drop your knee. Inhale, step your right foot back into plank. Hold. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. That same left foot now is going to step forward between your two hands. Drop your right knee back. Exhale, step your right foot to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll yourself up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands in samastiti. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right foot steps back, drop your knee to the mat. From here, step your left foot back into high plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog on your inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot now steps forward between your two hands. Drop your left knee. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, stand up tall, reaching both of your arms up. And exhale, back into samastiti. Inhale, let's reach both of your arms up. Open that heart center. Look back. Bring your hands over towards your third eye, and then exhale, dive into your forward fold once again. Inhale, halfway up to your fingertips. Exhale, this time you're going to step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. And then drop your left knee down. Release the back toes. Hands at your side, extend back into half split position, releasing your forehead to the knee or as close as you can, and then back to your lunge. Inhale, half split. Exhale, forward into low lunge. Just a few times like this with this movement, and then we're going to hold a little longer. Exhale, low lunge. Push back, half split. And let's hold it here now, really focusing on that squaring off of your hips. And if you want to add a little extra, you can take a twist by taking your left arm across your right leg, and then right arm reaches up to the sky or towards your hip. Good, and just holding this position. Whether you're in a twist or maybe just a simple forward fold in the half split, just breathe. Really focusing on that present awareness and bringing that breath into the body. Awesome. Let's release the twist if you are there. Come back into your half split, making sure the front foot is flexed. And then exhale, transitioning back into that low lunge, reaching both of your arms up. Interlace your fingers, index fingers point up to the sky, tuck your back toes. And then slowly from here, on your next breath, transitioning into our high crescent lunge, lifting that back knee. Hold it here. Find your balance, stability, your grace, your presence. Slowly now release your hands to the inside of your front foot. Flex your foot and then pivot so then you're using the width of your mat. Slowly bending that front knee, coming into what we call a skandasana. Maybe halfway you can stop. Or if this is within your practice, you can come all the way down. Just be careful that both of your heels are grounded on the floor. If you like to add an extension of your arm, one arm is going to reach up to the sky as you look up to the sky, or maybe both of your hands staying grounded on the mat. Again, it's up to you to find what feels best on your body in this moment. Good, just breathe. Really feel this wonderful opening of the hips, the stretch along the inner groin. Find that breath. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly begin to bring yourself back up. Both of your hands come to the front of your mat as you pivot back into that lunge. And then step back into your downward facing dog. Let's take an inhale. Exhale. Come into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. Inhale, lift the heels, bend your knees, hop to the front of your mat. Halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll up, reaching both of your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows, dive back down to the mat. Forward fold. Halfway up. Exhale, this time, right foot steps all the way to the back of your mat. Drop your right knee down, release your back toes, starting with that movement coming into your half split as you push your weight back. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, push back, half split. Just make this movement a little smaller if you need to, or just getting into the muscles, warming them up a little bit until we go deeper. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, push back, flex your foot. And let's hold this half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Staying here, or if you wish to add that extra twist, take your inner arm, your right arm, cross it over in front of your straight leg, and then your back arm comes to your lower back, or it reaches up to the sky. If you're reaching up to the sky, then see if you can also follow it with your gaze. Look up. And breathe, really feeling this extra effect of detoxification into the body. If this is too much for you today, then stay in that regular half split and just focus on releasing tension out of your hamstring. Slowly come back over to that center half split if you were in a twist. Exhale, come back forward into your low lunge, arms reach up. Interlace the fingers except the index fingers, which are pointing up. Back toes are tucked under, and then lift that back knee off the ground, crescent lunge. Hold and breathe here. Inhale. exhale. Slowly release your hands to the inside of your front foot and then pivot, releasing yourself into your skandasana on the other side. So bending that front knee and then flexing that back foot so the toes are pointed up to the sky. If this is too deep for you, stay halfway and just bend that front knee as much as you can. Doing your best to make sure your heels are grounded, especially that front foot, the one closest to the front of your mat. Good. Keep reaching with your right arm. Inhale. Exhale out. One more time. Deep breath in. And then exhale. Slowly push yourself up, extending that front knee. Slightly pigeon toe your toes. And let's take our wide-legged forward fold. Reaching for the outsides of your ankles if you can, or if not, just holding on or touching the floor in front of you. And then release your body all the way down. So the goal is here to try and get that forehead to touch the floor. But again, see how your body feels. If that is too much for you today, just do your best. The wider your feet are, the easier this is. So if you're needing to bring your feet a little closer for an extra challenge, go ahead and do that as well. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Let it go. One more time. And exhale. Slowly come back up. You're going to flex and pivot that left foot so you're facing the front of your mat again into your high lunge. Step back into your downward facing dog. Beautiful, you guys. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, let's flow it out. You're going to round forward into your high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, push back and release into your downward facing dog. One deep inhalation. And then as you exhale, walk towards the front of your mat. Bring your feet together. And then exhale, bending your knees and landing into a seated position in front of your mat. Coming into a butterfly pose. So soles of your feet together. Hold on to the ankles. Releasing your body down. And then bring it up. So just that wave-like motion once again. Forehead is close to the floor. And then bring yourself up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. And last one, you're going to come down and find your stillness here. Holding onto your ankles or maybe your toes. Allowing your knees to just gently open as far as they can. And your forehead to reach towards the mat. Find your breath, close your eyes if you need to. Just return to that stillness, to that awareness, to that presence within. Inhale. And exhale. Let's slowly release. Beautiful, you guys. Just bring your knees together, feet flat on the floor. And a simple spinal twist. Looking over your left shoulder, right arm comes across to your left knee. Good. Look over. Really think about elongating through the spine here. Straight back. Look over the shoulder. And then return back to center, switch to the other side. Right arm back, left arm over to the right knee. Look over your shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back to center. And then coming back exactly how we started our practice today. But this time the other foot in front. Inhale, reaching both of your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times, big breaths, last big breaths of our practice. Exhale, hands to heart. And one last time, inhale, reach both of your arms up. Big breath, elongate. palms together. And then slowly bring your hands over to your third eye and then to your heart in gratitude. Bowing down to yourself, to your heart. Thanking yourself for your beautiful practice, for your dedication, and your hard work today. Thank you so much for joining me here in beautiful Mexico. All my love and light. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.
People coming back to the land and learning to grow their own food. And obviously there's a transition period because these are almost lost arts.
Yeah.
But we have to preserve them and get more people so we can have hyper localized food production, and people can not only help to feed the world, take care of themselves, but also build that much needed nature connection, because we've become so isolated and disconnected from our our true beingness, which is, I mean, we're emergent from nature. We come from nature. We've just forgotten.
We are nature.
We are nature.
That's so beautiful the way you see this now, because as you mentioned earlier, you said something like Hollywood raised you in a way, like brought you into this manhood.
What a journey.
How did you, what brought you to Hollywood? So you said you grew up in New York. What brought you?
Was that where you grew up?
I grew up in New York,
Yeah.
No, I was always very leery of Hollywood.